Greetings everybody. I'm Shujat Ali from Medicos Lectures by Shujat, and today we are going to talk about agents used in cytopenia and hematopoietic growth factor, a very interesting topic of pharmacology. So at first we are going to talk about anemia. We often hear that anemia is basically a decrease of oxygen carrying capacity in erythrocytes, in our RBCs. So when we go in detail of this anemia is divided into two forms. One is macrocytic anemia and one is a microcytic anemia. So what macrocytic anemia do is basically happen due to the insufficient supply of folic acid and vitamin B12. So due to these insufficiencies, we says that we have a microcytic anemia, and macrocytic anemia has subset or subclass. We call it as megablastic anemia. So in microcytic anemia, we have insufficiency in iron. Iron is supplied insufficiently, so we says that anemia that we often get is microcytic anemia. So microcytic anemia has subset as microcytic hypochromic anemia. In megablastic anemia, we have a increase in size of RBCs. Now after this, our topic is iron, a very interesting point to discuss in this pharmacology lecture. Iron is important component of heme and is responsible for bulk transport of oxygen. So iron is divided into two types, or it contains two proteins. Basically two proteins are present. One we say that transferrin protein and one is ferritin protein. So transferrin protein is basically plays its role in transport and ferritin is storage protein. And regulation of iron is essential, but its excess or more than the requirement of iron is highly toxic. So right now we don't have any mechanism that we excrete iron from any organ, but we have intestinal area, we have intestinal absorption where iron is absorbed in intestine. Now we are going to talk about absorption, elimination, storage and clinical uses of iron. So let's first of all talk about the absorption of iron. So absorption is done basically by two derived mechanisms. So for absorption we have to focus this diagram. We have first mechanism for absorption is divalent metal transporter, and we remember this by mnemonic DMT1. In this, iron cross the luminal surface and iron is going to convert Fe positive 2 into Fe positive 3 and is going to absorb in that luminal surface. Second one mechanism is heme carrier protein mechanism. We denote it as HCP1. In here, iron also absorbed by this mechanism, which is heme carrier protein mechanism. Now after absorption, iron is going to be transferred in our body. So iron is basically transported by the transferrin, which is a transport protein in body. So iron is absorbed in intestinal region, and we also have different proteins in which excess iron is bound to that protein and going to be absorbed in intestinal region. Elimination is a key point. Elimination is either by sweat, either by exfoliated skin, either by a saliva, or either via intestinal mucosal cells. The elimination of iron is done. Now here we have discussed absorption, transport, elimination and storage. Now we talk about the clinical uses. We says that we have deficiency of iron. So how to cope with that deficiency? So in order to cope with that deficiency, we have to give the iron from outside. So that iron is either in form of parenteral drugs or either oral or either in some sort of other drugs. So if we supply dietary supplementation for coping that decrease of iron, so they are either in form of ferrous sulfate, they are either in form of ferrous glutamate, and in perinatal region or in perinatal supply of iron, we have iron dextran, we have iron sucrase. Ferromoxitol is super paramagnetic and interfere with MRI. is a drug. That's why we says that before MRI we doesn't uptake these ferromoxitol, because it is a super paramagnetic and is definitely going to interfere our MRI. We are going to talk about the toxicity of iron. So in toxicity, our first condition is shock. Second is hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis is basically a chronic iron overload. So due to that overload, we says that we have hemochromatosis condition. Necrotizing in GI tract, there is necrotizing which is going to be developed, and metabolic acidosis. So how we can treat these intoxications? This is a very interesting topic or interesting point, that how to treat these intoxications. Immediate treatment is necessary and consists of removal of unabsorbed tablets by only one drug. In case of acute, that is defroxamine. So defroxamine should be given out, and we can cure acute iron intoxication. In case of chronic, treatment is usually by phlebotomy, and because hemochromatosis condition in which chronic iron overload is there, so we also gave prenatal defroxamine, or its newer form, newer oral iron chelator, defrosinox. These two are given in case of chronic iron toxicity. So this is our basic discussion on anemia, in particular microcytic anemia and iron. If you have any doubt or confusion, you can directly ask me. Don't forget subscribe Medico's lectures by Shujat. Thank you so much.